Look, I don't know if we can call this beautiful makeup because this particular one I'm hosting and there's not a heck of a lot beautiful about me and I don't do makeup, but this is beautiful makeup. Today we're going to sit and have a chat on the couch with a beautiful lady who is one of our Miss X South Africas. A beautiful lady who, and I'm going to have to tell the story about it while I'm talking to her, who my daughter fell in love with when she was yay high. Bernelee Daniell. I don't know how long it's been.
I'm refusing to tell you. Because I've doubled in age. And I'm not going to say doubled in weight as well, but just added a little.
That girl, Bernelee.
Oh, darling.
Yeah.
Long time.
Now that goes back to?
95.
And that was my daughter, who's now?
I don't want to know.
No, okay, she's a lot older.
Because she was here.
Yeah.
Gabby was little.
I think she was 3.
And how old is she now?
No, I'm not going to tell you now because that gives all of our
ages away. We're just going to leave it.
You're not going to be so silly. Yeah.
James, it's been forever.
Yeah. Would you tell the story? It was when you had just won Miss South Africa.
Yes, where were we? Kamors.
The Kamors.
Die Kamors.
Yeah.
Kamors, I was filming during Miss SA for Mnet, did like travel logs.
Mm-hmm.
And we were filming and you were on the same flight. And we actually stayed at the same resort.
Yes.
And that's, I think, where I met you for the first time.
Yeah. And that is where my daughter, Gabriella, met you. And she was besotted with you.
Oh, darling.
She used to wake up in the morning and she used to say, Daddy, can I go and see that girl, Bernelee? And that's why you've always been known in our family as
that girl.
Bernelee.
Unbelievable. And how time's flown. And here we sit.
Was it a rough ride to get there? Let's talk about it quickly. Let's talk about the ride to get there. And then let's talk about the ride from.
My ride to Miss SA was very short, actually. I'm not one of those girls that said from the age of 7, I always wanted to be Miss SA. Definitely not. I matriculated, had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. Ended up traveling for a year. The 1 year turned into, I think, 3 or 4. Came back, and a friend of mine said to me, why don't you enter Miss SA? And I was like, okay. That was it for me. My life went like this, upside down.
Okay.
I remember standing there when it was the top 5, going, oh my word, what happens if they call your name now? You know, so it was such a quick journey for me, the whole Miss SA thing. And then the next thing, they call your name and your life changes instantly.
Would you want that to happen again?
Yes and no. So I often look back on my life and go, would I do Miss South Africa again? There's certain parts Miss SA made my life really tough. You almost become a little bit overexposed and people judge me on face value. And that later on in life became such a difficult journey for me. But from how I grew as a person, what I learned, what I was exposed to, definitely I would do it again. So for me, there were definite pros and cons. I look back on it now with exceptionally fond memories. I was skinny.
You what?
I was skinny then.
You were skinny?
Skinny.
Why you say skinny like that?
No, I do. I look back with fond memories, and it certainly has played a vital role in who I am today. But it was tough afterwards. Let's
talk through the tough. Mm-hmm. The reason why I'm saying that is because I think a lot of people think that, yes, she is, Bernelee Daniell. She won Miss South Africa. She is still absolutely beautiful. She must have such a wonderful life because, I mean, goodness gracious. I mean, look what she's done.
Yeah.
Life must be so... Bernelee Daniell's life, if I come back, I want to be Bernelee Daniell. But that's what
people think.
They think.
Yeah.
And there are sometimes issues underneath that.
Yes. A lot of the girls are very clever with it. They definitely use it as a stepping stone. I didn't. I kind of disappeared from the public eye directly after Miss SA and was married a year later. And I often look back and I think, if I just did things differently, would my life have taken the path that it did take? But it was a choice I made at the time. If it was the right choice, I'm not 100% sure. Because some girls really use that as to their advantage. But then you also get people, I also always believe, like, you've got to get, it was just a year. I don't look at myself as Miss South Africa anymore. Obviously not. I don't walk around going, oh, by the way, because it was a part of my life. But there's so many other things that have defined or that have played a part in my journey.
Let's talk about the cons then, the difficult ones. The ones where you had to carry on smiling.
Yes.
In public.
Yes. So, all the time, and still to this day. And I think what's added to that for me now, but I'm jumping the gun, but we'll go back to the question, is that I do constantly have to make as if life is fantastic. Because it is. It's now Bernelee, she's got 2 kids, and life is easy. And the journey from 1995 to me sitting here today has really not been an easy journey. Like, really not.
In what way?
Well, I was married for 7 years. I have 2 beautiful sons, 17 and 15, so I'll give a little bit of our age away there. But I've been a single mom for just on to 13 years now, and it's really tough. It really is. And when you add social media into all of this, and you've got to always have this persona of having everything under control, but I struggle. You know, you've got 2 kids in private schools. I'm on a single salary. You're trying to be mom and dad, so I'm always good cop, bad cop. And it's just been, it's been hard. And it's been, I made the mistake of losing who Bernelee. I lost that girl Bernelee for a long time. And my defining moment was watching an interview of myself. And I remember looking at this person going, and listening to the answers to the questions that I was giving, and I'm going, but that's not who I am. That's not, because I remember myself being very carefree, and I consider myself quite funny, and it was a very dead person. And it was at that moment where I realized I have to make a change. And it's taken me a very long time to rediscover who that girl Bernelee is.
Did you then go in search of that girl Bernelee again?
Yeah.
Have you found her?
Mostly. But remember, this happened in my 30s. I had to go and redefine. So I found myself all of a sudden on my own with a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. And I now had to find a job. I have to find out who I am, what I'm good at, what I'm bad at. And it's weird. And then you look at all your peers, and everybody's have started their careers, and do you know what I'm saying? They've kind of settled, but yet I was always the Miss SA. So I was supposed to be the one that had it in control. And I was the one that they were seeing in magazines, but I was the one that didn't have it in control at all. You start comparing yourself to people. And we have it that people compare themselves to us. But I was comparing myself to other people going, you don't have your stuff together, chick. Actually, but yet you've got 2 boys that you now need to give as stable an environment as what you can, and at the same time rediscover life and start enjoying life again.
What did you do to start enjoying life again?
Focused a lot on the boys, which I realize again also in hindsight is not a good thing, because we forget to do things for us and to focus on ourselves. That I've only started doing recently. I completely dedicated everything to them. And kids bring you great pleasure. You rediscover life again. Young kids. They're full of adventure, they're full of energy, they see life differently, they see life positively, and I completely started living my life through them. We kind of always were known as Team M, so it was Mika, Mateo, Mom, and it was always the three of us. And I just took everything, it was a day at a time. I still do it. I still get to bed at night and I go, okay, you made it through today. And some days are rough and some days aren't, but I pat myself on the back going, we made it through today and tomorrow's another day. I've learned to tackle each day individually because life becomes very overwhelming very quickly. And so many people have said to me when I do chat to them, they go, but gosh, Bern, I never knew. Your Facebook page is so positive and your Instagram page is so, everything looks so happy. And I'm saying, but I can't post a picture of me in tears, sitting on a couch alone at home while the kids are in bed going, I don't have it together. That's not stuff we share with people. But yet I think it's a story, or it's a part of me that people need to know, and especially like single parents, single dads, single moms. It's tough. It's tough.
But you're sharing this now.
I don't know why. And I think when you because when you phoned me and you said, Burns, I didn't really care what we were going to chat about. I think it's time for me to get it off my chest.
Well,
and to
get it off your chest.
And you know what I'm saying? And just to let people know that it's not under control, and laugh, and I cry on most days. But I'm incredibly happy where I am. The boys are fantastic. I'm like so proud of my kids. And it makes it worth it. And I think that the crap we go through at times completely defines us into the people that we are. Like I needed to go through 7 years of a really unhappy marriage to realize now in life what I would look for in a relationship, for example, or it's defined me into that person. Like I'm bulletproof now, to a degree.
Did you have to make yourself bulletproof?
Yes, it's survival.
So you had to go into survival mode?
You have to, because you've got 2 kids. And I thank every day that they were there, because I'm not 100% sure if they weren't, which choices you make then.
Do you think you've made the right choices? Or is it one of those things that only time will tell once again?
I don't know. I think I have. I have to believe I have. Because I can't go through life going, I've made all these. I can't always look back and go, you made the wrong choice there, and that was definitely the wrong choice. And because I have sat and I was like, if I didn't make that choice, where would I have been? And I can't. I have. It took me a long time to stop looking back, because I kept on looking back, and I kept on blaming myself. And it's not a work environment, a relationship, kids, a family. There's more than one player. And we can't always take the responsibility on ourselves. If
you were going to change anything, if you look back on your life now, and you could have changed anything. Yes. What would that have been?
I'll whisper that answer in your ear. But what I got out of it was 2 incredible kids.
Okay, I think I get it.
I know.
Where do you get your strength from then, apart from your kids? Because you obviously you do get it from them. But let's try and move away from them. The kids.
Yeah. Jeremy, I've had an incredible support base from a family perspective. Mm-hmm. I moved home with the boys at the age of 32. I moved back in with my parents, back into my old room where I had my 16th birthday. My family is incredible. I mean, I once asked my mom, did you know that I was making mistakes? And she said, absolutely, we could see it. And I was like, why didn't you say anything? And she said, what often happens is that when something does start going wrong, you don't turn to those people that said, oh, by the way, that wasn't the best choice. You know, if someone keeps on saying, I feel it's the wrong move, I feel it's the wrong move. So she said, we just always knew that you'd always be comfortable enough to tell us when the wheels started coming off, which is an incredible lesson for me now, with friends, with my children, with family, to often look back and go, maybe they need to bump their head to learn a lesson. I bumped my head so many times, and a friend of mine said to me, "But you just don't learn." And I said, "I know." But my strength, I think, now comes, and I will take it, and I'll wear the badge with pride from me. It's me now, because I know I can do it. I know I can.
There is a confidence about you, because as we said at the beginning of this interview, we haven't seen each other for quite a while.
Yeah.
And when I first saw you today, I sensed there was a confidence about this woman who walked into these studios that wasn't there before.
Because I've conquered life. I've climbed the mountain, I've swum the, I don't have the medal and I haven't whatever it is, but we've done it. I've done it. I've walked it.
Yeah.
And not in heels all the time, but I've walked it. And it's
tough.
It's tough. It's tough.
So behind the smile that
Yes.
you've got to put on
Yes.
in the public, just as behind the laugh that I've got to put on the radio, there is a tough life there for everybody. We're just the same as anybody else.
100%.
Yeah.
Behind my smile is, and again, you're the first person other than my family. I have suffer from anxiety and depression on top of everything. And when I was diagnosed with that, then of course, then the wheels came off, because then I was like, but then you start understanding why you cope or don't cope with situations as well. So again, behind the smile, no one knows that it's really hard for me sometimes to put a smile on my face and to go to an event or I don't want to be there. I really don't want to be there. But there's certain work commitments or whatever it is, and you go. But I have to fight every grain in my body to get in that car to drive there. Sometimes.
I suppose part of it is knowing in your particular situation, knowing who the person is and who the persona has to be.
Yes.
Because the public expects the persona.
Yes.
But there is a person behind that persona.
Yes. And I've always wanted that to be the same person. I've never wanted someone to go, "Oh, I saw her at a function and she was actually quite..." People must always just know, you've always known me as Bern. And it's been very important for me to try and be that. But it's
A lot of the public don't understand the difference between the person and the persona.
Correct.
Yeah.
I'm just a mom.
Yeah.
And I go shopping with no makeup on.
You sometimes go to the shop with no makeup on.
Yeah, 100%. Because everyone does. I mean, So, I try and be as normal as possible in that way. But we always giggle, when we go to school galas or whatever it is, and then people see me just as, I'm the same mom in the stands, screaming like a lunatic, and Mika going, "Please, everybody's hearing you, and could you..." I'm exactly the same. I'm exactly the same. And that's also been another thing, that's how tough it is for parents. When we have to work, we've got to be on the side of that sports field. You get that phone call at 5 going, "I have a project and I need cardboard and the shops are closed," that kind of a thing. But yet again, Mika finishes high school next year. And we through it. We've done it. And I've been blessed now in hindsight that I've been able to be part of all of that. Because so many people miss it due to work commitments, traveling, whatever it is. And I've been very lucky that the last few years, Mom and I joined business, by the way. So Mom and I work together. So I'm a lot more flexible now.
Yeah.
So that pressure's been taken off. And I've just, I'm Mom 100%.
What do you want to do now? Where do you want to go now? Okay, you've got Mika finishing high school.
It's the worst question. I have no idea. Because
So you still don't know?
I know.
So nothing's changed since you left the trick?
No.
Nothing's changed.
I know. Someone asked me the other day, and they said, "If you had all the money in the world and so money was not an option, what would you want to do?" I still can't answer that question. Still.
Do you think you ever will be able to?
No. Can I come work with you? I don't know. I don't know where. It's the worst question, where to from here. Because soon, like Gabby, the kids are gone.
Yeah, then you got to go, what now?
And done?
Dan wat gaan mama?
Ek weet nie. That's the thing. You know, then you just delve into, you can't say you delve into work and because you've got to have that balance,
Yeah.
you know. But Bern's not used to doing stuff for Bern. And when I do, it's fantastic. And I go, gosh, I should have done this ages ago. But, yeah, that's a scary question. I'll need my anxiety tablet to answer that one. I don't know.
I don't want to make you anxious.
No.
It's been wonderful to see you.
You too. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you.
Really, really.
For coming in. Thank you. It's been lovely to see you. And you're still so beautiful.
That girl.
That girl, Bernelee.
And I'm going to bring that girl back. Thank you. I love you lots.
Love you too.
Playing the best old school and R&B.